In this video, you'll learn everything you need to know about chord inversions, from scratch to applying them into songs. And most beginners keep skipping learn chord inversions because they think they are confusing, too much theory, or even make things harder. But here's the truth. Inversions are shortcuts. They make your hand movements easier and your songs sound professional. Let's jump in. First things first, what is a chord inversion? Put in the simple word possible, it's when you play a chord, for example, C major, C, E, G, and then you change the order of the notes, but still using the same notes. For example, if I move this C over here to the top, I have what we call first inversion. If I do this again, moving this E to the top, like this, I have the second inversion. And if I do this again, moving this G over here, I have the same C. So the first one is called root position, first inversion, and second inversion. So again, root position, because root is the first note left to right. 1, 2, 3. E, it's our first note left to right, our third. This is this first inversion. And if I move again, this E to the top, I have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 note, fifth note left to right, which means second inversion. So root position, first inversion, second inversion. And this rule works for every single chord. For example, A minor, A, C, E. A, it's the note as it stands for the names chord, which means it's our root left to right. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I move this A over here to the top, we have our first inversion. If I move this E as well, I have the second inversion. So root, first inversion, second inversion, and root position again, because I have the A note left to right being the first note. And now you're probably wondering, okay, but why do I need this? And the reasons are because chord inversions are shortcuts to play easier, move from chord to chords better, and sounding more professional. For example, let's say I want to move this C to A minor. So I have C major, C, E, G, moving to A minor, A, C, E. Is that okay? I can play like this. Notice, even physically, my hands are moving like this. But if I'm using the chord inversions technique, it will sound like this. Much easier to do and sounds more connected. You can choose your chord inversions in two different ways. The first one, it's approximation. Second one, sound. And speaking about sound, if you're looking at piano course, especially for beginners, I'll leave a link of my course in the description down below. Back to the lesson. The first way, it's approximation. The rules are simple. Keep the notes are in common between two chords and move the shortest way the different ones. For example, again, let's say I have to play F major and then I will move to A minor. So to be simple, I'm gonna play F major on the left hand, that way you can see the notes, and then I have to move to A minor. So F major, F, A, C, and A minor, A, C, E. I'm playing this and I have to move to this. So let's first check the notes that are in common. For example, A and C. I'll get these two notes and then move the shortest way, the difference. So I have F and E to move E to F, like this. So now I have A minor and F major. And one important thing, you need to play the left hand doing the root. For example, A minor, you play just A on the left, and F, you just play F on the left. That way you keep the quality of the chord. One more, I have to move from E minor to G major. So E minor, E, G, B to G major. The same thing, I will keep the notes that are in common, in this case G and B, it's already here, and then I'll move D to E. So here I have E minor, G major, E minor, G major. Let's do even one more. B flat major to D minor. Same thing. Let's keep the notes are in common. In this case, D and F. And we'll move A to B flat. So D minor, B flat. Moving on, we have the second way to pick the chord inversions. And this, it's by the sound. Because sometimes you can play the chord, but if you won't play the correct inversion, it doesn't sound like the song. For example, let's say I want to play the song Clocks by Coldplay. It sounds like this. I'm playing here D major, which is the first inversion. D major is over here. I move this D off to the top. I have the first inversion. And then I'm playing A minor on the second inversion. And then E minor on the root position. But if I play using exactly the same chords, exactly the same rhythm pattern, but only in the root position, will sound like this. It sounds okay, but definitely something is missing. The best way to practice chord inversions is to pick one chord and play this chord in all those inversions. For example, C major, C, E, G. I play here and then move this E to the top, move this E again, and keep playing like this, upwards and backwards as well. So now move this G to the bottom, this E bottom, this C bottom, and keep doing this. Exactly the same notes, but in different inversions. One more, E minor, the same thing, E, G, B with E on the left. Let's keep playing all those inversions. After that, try to play the songs that you already know using the approximation technique. For example, let's say I'm playing the song Let It Be by the Beatles. Now playing using the approximation technique, you sound like this. Another important thing is to apply chord inversions into rhythm patterns like this. To learn how to do this, just click on this video up here. So thank you for watching and see you in the next tutorial.